The Grand Hyatt, Harman and Marriott Hotel. Chef Panwar's award include recognition from MOF Chef Stephen Strand for the chocolate showpiece and display art. He has also received a certificate from Chef Mark Siemens wedding cake. He has worked with Chef Gianluca Fusto, who launched Valrhona chocolate in India, Master Chef Rennie Smith from Australia, and Germany's master baker Chef Holger. The heart and soul of Rosette Bakery and Patisserie, chef on behalf of Vitel Hotel and Tourism Business School and Sushant University, Gurgaon, we welcome you and thank you for taking time for sharing your skill set with our students. It's World Bread Day today, and what better way to celebrate it than learning about the nuances of bread making from Chef Anand. Chef, over to you if you are ready. Hi, Chef. How are you?
Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Saurabh, and thanks the university as well for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. And on this bread day, I like to say thank you and welcome all in this session where I have for a learning and a skill. So it's been a wonderful 18-year journey. I started my career from the Grand Hyatt, then I moved to Marriott, then I moved to Sheraton. After that, I moved to the Clarion hotels. Then I was the pre-opening chef at Lodi Hotel. Then I shifted to the pre-opening chef for the Dusit Dirana, which is and I'm the brand almost 8 years now. So myself, Stefan Panner, I'm the corporate pastry chef for Roseate Hotel and Resorts. Welcomes you in this skill learning session with me. On the bread day, of course, we will talk about the breads only. You can talk, you can ask anything, whatever you can drop a message to me or Saurabh sir, and I will definitely reply you back everyone.
Chef, I guess there is a
whosoever
issue.
has it, I will not say I drop a message. Hello.
Chef, I guess there is some network issue. So I guess there's problem with the Wi-Fi strength. We are losing you in between. बीच में थोड़ा disturbance is coming, Chef.
Okay.
Yes, now it's fine. It's fine.
As it's kitchen, I am extremely apologizing on this behalf as well. As this is a live section, as I as well. So that's why it's, you can see I am in the kitchen only. So that's why the Wi-Fi will be a little bit poorer than the rest of the entire areas, because it's a resort property and we have like rooms at the other end and the kitchen at the other end. So extremely sorry and for the inconvenience, whatever happens in between. But please let me know whenever you lose me, I will repeat it.
Sure, Chef, sure.
So hope now it's fine, right?
Yes, it's fine, Chef.
So thank you again, and let's start this session. So it's all about the bread. So first of all, whatever bakery is entire science. So anybody who is doing a bakery, who is doing a baking, who is doing any patisserie, boulangerie or anything, first thing you should remember it, that it's entirely science. So as in the science all depends upon the formulas. So here it's entirely depends upon the recipes. So whatever the recipes that you will follow, if you don't follow the recipe, your end result will change. And same with the method. If you don't follow the right method with the right time, with the right proportions, you will lose the end result as well. Here also in the bakery, you will lose everything if you will lose any of the steps. Whatever the experience you have around 15, 20 years or so on, still I am learning every day. So
So I think he's not there anymore now.
Yeah, he'll join.
Jeff is there, but I think network issue is there.
I think so. The bakery will not have this thing. Yeah, it will be
Yes.
difficult for chef.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, chef.
I think again some issues with the
Yes. No issues, chef. No issues. It happens. Please carry on, chef.
and sorry, chef, for a
No, chef. It's fine. It's fine.
how do we like I am also not feeling how I this behalf because earlier there was that session I have done in the past as well. And I on the Zoom I would only and on my phone only. The data of the phone as well and most of the Wi-Fi as well.
I guess we have lost the sound.
Chef, he's here, but it's other there's some network issue. Yes, he's here.
Now it's fine.
Yes, chef. Now it's fine.
Okay. So
Okay, chef. It
let's
happens.
start. I will repeat the entire process. We will start from the new. So first thing that I was saying about the bakery is entirely a science. So whosoever is doing the bakery, he always remember one thing कि आपको कोई भी step, कोई भी formula आपको skip नहीं करना है. The moment you skip any of the recipe ingredients or any of the formula step, your end result will entirely be the different. So in the bakery, when it comes to the bakery and the breads, the first thing that comes is the starter. So people, whosoever is seeing it, they can write the process as well. So the first thing for the bakery is the starter. Second thing that comes is mixing of the dough. So after the starter, the dough mixing is the process. Then third, which is there, which is called bench proving of the bread. After that, it's scaling and again bench proving of the bread. Then it's final shaping and final proving of the bread. And after that, it's the baking of the bread. But the process doesn't end here. The final, which is the most important process, is cooling. So one has to be very careful while cooling the bread as well. Either it's soft bread, hard bread, sourdough bread, whatever bread it is, one has to be very careful for the cooling as well. So in the starter, everyone has a lots of recipes. People make the starter from the apple juice. Some people make the starter from the beer. You will find thousands of the recipes of the starter. What the starter it acts as, it just creates the protein in the flour and it activates the flour to rise and to give you a good flavor of the wheat. So starter, anyone can take the recipe. Today we are doing the sourdough only. So for the sourdough, I am taking the very simplest recipe, which is equal flour, equal water. So the first about the sourdough as well, I will let you know about a little bit. So what happens? The sourdough, it's a very fashionable bread nowadays. Everybody talks about, oh, this is sourdough, this is sourdough. We like sourdough. We want to do the sourdough pizza. We want to do the sourdough bread. But it's very ancient bread, as well as these Pakistani, in our Hindustan people also. At the time, we used to do some khameer ki roti. So that's also same. A khameer, which is like auto fermentation, without any addition of the yeast, without any addition of any rising agent. We make this bread. So for the sourdough, we are taking an equal quantity of the flour with the equal quantity of the water, and then what we do, we just let this dough at a temperature of 30 degree for 24 hours to let it rise. What happens in that 24 hours, जो आपका जो flour होता है, उसके अंदर जब water mix होता है, so that release an enzymes, and from that enzymes there are two acids which got released. One is lactic acid, and second is acetic acid. So the lactic acid, which is good for white breads, and the acetic acid, which is very good for your sour bread. So here in our sour breads, we will create our acetic acid property a bit more than the lactic acid properties. In this acetic acid and lactic acid proportion also plays a very important role when it comes to the brown bread, when it comes to the white bread, when it comes to the sourdough focaccia, when you do a pizza. So you have to study a bit more about this. You can Google it as well. If you need any reference, you can write to the chef. I will share some data, some books, and some notes that I have. If somebody wants, so these two are the main common acids for any sourdough bread, which makes the bread pH above 4 degree. If your pH is less than 4 degree, then your bread will be not sour. It will not give you a nice rising jump, and it will not be that much sour on your throat. So you can't have that sourness in the sourdough. So we will do first step of the mixing of the flour and the water, which is there. After
So this is equal quantities of flour and water and left for 24 hours.
right. So this is day one that I wrote. You can see. So this is day one. So on the day one, when you mix it, it will be like this always. So it is equal quantity of the flour, equal quantity of the water into it. So normally I take 100 gram of flour, 100 gram of water. So what you have to do, you have to let it rest at a temperature of above 30 degree but less than 40 degree. And let it rise, let it stay for 24 hours. If you leave this more than 24 hours, doesn't happen anything. But the moment you leave more than 72 hours, the bacterial activity starts, which kills the enzymes and which doesn't let this bread to rise. So after 72 hours, the sourdough properties will keep changing. So how the people do it? They make this first day culture, and second day they remove 100 gram of it and then add again same 100 gram of water, 100 gram of flour into it. They keep on adding this. So that's the second day. And again on the third day, they remove 100 grams more from the mother dough and then they add 100 gram of the flour, 100 gram of the water into it. So this process keeps on repeating. So, but that's a wastage, like that's 100-gram flour that we are doing from the first day, but that you can use in any other dough if you want, because if you are commercially doing, if you have any bakery or if you have any industries, so you can use that 100-gram of the flour and water anywhere in any recipes. It doesn't hamper any of the recipes. But at home, it's a bit, tricky, because you have a wastage of every day of around 50 gram of the flour, you can say. So this recipe, then again, it keeps on repeating for regularly 6 days, 7 days, 14 days, 15 days. So almost after 15 days, I take like whenever I make my dough, whenever I make my breads, so I take the count of 15 days. So after 15 days, like this is the property that happens after the 7th day. You can see that this is so watery. There is no air bubble into it because I just make it around 1 hour prior, so you can see some bubbles in that. But still, this is 7th day starter, and you can see the closely there are the bubbles into it.
Yes.
Go more closer. You can see the bubbles, and it has a different consistency rather than that liquid. So it has formed a bit of body into it. So this is the starter after the 7 days. And this is day 15th, means today. So I have started this on 1st of October, and today we are doing this. So you can see the difference in all the texture. This is a bit more airy. You can see this is more settled. This has more bubbles. So you can see the body of this is different than this and then this. This is very liquid. It hasn't risen. This is little bit risen, not so liquid. This is risen, and this has a body into it as well. The better you will get to know if you have the glass jars, because I was not knowing this, that I am taking a session neither. I must have done in the glass jars prior, because in the glass jars, if you have 3 different sizes of the glass jars, so you can do it in that, and then you will get to know like how that your culture is behaving after 10 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, and 15 days. So that's a great theory to see your culture as well. So this is the culture that goes after 15 days, which goes in the recipe. In this recipe also, I'm not going to add anything apart from the same flour and the sugar. So we will take, this mixture is around 400 gram. So this mixture is around 400 gram. So what we're going to do is, this is 800 gram flour. Again, 400 ml of water and 400 gram of the starter. I'm making it very simple because normally we take in points, in decimals, and the recipes are a little bit different. But for you, so that you can make very easily at home, and it will comes out really nice. So you don't worry about it. You just take 100 gram of the flour, 800 gram of the flour, half of the water, and the same amount of your starter. So your starter water is equal. The plus is the flour. So you add both, and the same quantity you can add the flour into it, and you have to make it dough. I hope chef shows you how to make the dough on the tables, right? Am I right,
Yes.
chef? They know how to make
Yes,
the dough
yes.
from the hands. So shall I do from the hand, or I can do whipping
We'll
by the
use
machine?
KitchenAid, chef. We'll use the KitchenAid. And so it
Okay,
will take a
perfect.
lot of time.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I'm saying. So you take your flour, then this water goes into it. No additional yeast into it, because that's what I said. It's a science. When you add yeast will not activate in this, because the property of this starter is different. It has different enzymes. So the ICT yeast has different properties. So the yeast will not get activated into it. So there is no point of adding yeast in the sourdough bread. and here it goes your, you can see the texture of this. I like the smell of this hardware. Lots of people don't like it and it smells very different. But
This is so.
as I
This
love
is
the bread,
almost, yes. So this is almost same the starter that we are talking about. Just like what Jalebi Wala does is they make their batter, then the leftover batter that they use for the next
right,
starter, they use
right.
it as a starter for the next day. This is almost similar. The starter.
I lots of sessions I keep saying that in our, you know, in our food, in our culture, in our traditions, the lots of things are from our culture only. Lots of food habits are from Indian culture only. Lots of clothing habits which are, you can see this intermittent fasting which is happening nowadays. Everybody is crazy about it. Oh, 16 hour we don't eat and then 8 hour we keep on eating. So it is like it is used in ancient time. My grandmother never used to eat after the sunset, and she always used to eat only after the sunrise and in between sunset. So that's almost a time of 8 to 9 hours if you calculate it any time of the year. So that's almost the same time. And after that, she never used to eat. And at the time, at the age of 90, she was like quite young, you can say, the young old lady, and she was healthy as well. I am not such an healthy person, but she was. So because she has a good habits, nowadays we left our culture and we start adopting the European culture. We start different varieties of the food at a different varieties of the time as well. So which changed everything. So now we will need this dough. So I have done this dough for you already. You know, I have to take the session. There are few steps that I have done in this recipe as well, because if you take every step, there are a fermentation of like 3.5 hours, then again a fermentation of 3.5 hours, then again your baking of 45 minutes to 15 minutes. So to just cut short it, I have just few steps in between, which is there we are using. So you can see this is the sourdough dough, which is already there. This is almost 450 gram that bread that I'm gonna make, because I have made the dough and there are two steps that I'm again doing it. So what you have to do, you have to make your dough. If it's more sticky, you can add a bit of flour into it, but not more than that. Around, you can leave a margin of around 2 to 3% only. Like if it's 800 grams of the flour, so not more than the bread thick, very dense, and then it will not rise enough. So this is your starter. This is the dough. This is the consistency of the dough. You can see, as I have kept in the fridge, so it's not sticking in the hand, neither it sticks all the way. So then after this, your dough comes. What you can do is like, normally if you will put this sourdough culture directly on the bread or directly on the for the baking tray, it will start flattening because the dough consistency is very loose. So normally what people do, they take the baskets. I know, but the team or the students whosoever are doing this experiment, maybe they don't have the basket. But whatever I tell always the simplest things that can be done and replicated anywhere. So you just take the dough, you take a, you know, duster, you take a bowl. It can be of SS, it can be of anything. I have this bowl. I'll take this, I'll put the cloth inside this, and then I will dust some flour in it. So you just some flour into it so that it doesn't stick. You take your dough. Hope you know how to make this round as well, right? Chap, hope they knows all the basics of making, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Breads, they know how to make it. But we have
Right.
first
So-
year students too, chef. But we have first year students too in this batch. So those who have just joined us,
Okay.
probably it's very new for them.
So, okay, so it goes from like, you can see the hands, it goes from like this and towards your body or around from outside to inside and then toward you from sides like this. You take it like this and then you take it like this. So it gets like this and then like this. So first like this and then like this. So it makes like little bit more and more closer the texture and the closer the body of the bread. So it goes in this, and then you again dust this flour, and then what we're gonna do, it takes like 3.5 hours to prove this. Almost, it depends upon your kitchen temperature as well. 30 degree, it always takes 3.5 hours. But you keep on checking. It should not be overproofed because it's a sourdough. The moment it's overproofed, what happens? It's like same balloon because it's not an artificial yeast, it's a natural yeast. So what happens that natural yeast when it's that enzymes, so that leaves the carbon dioxide and the so that carbon dioxide, what happens? It gives the air to the bread. So once the carbon dioxide is more, it can't hold that more. And then again it goes boom. So lots of time what happens like people see that their bread is rising very good and the moment they are going to cut that bread goes push. So it should not happen like this. You always touch your bread, you always feel your bread that how it behaves after every hour. And you should, because being a student, you should always check it after half an hour. Because after half an hour, you touch the bread, close your eyes, and feel the body of your bread. That's how you will learn. So that tomorrow, if you touch it unknowingly as well, because your conscious and subconscious both mind knows that what's your bread is behaving like. So we will leave this bread for almost 3.5 hours, and after 3.5 hours, we have a bread. I'll show you. Yes. You can see it is almost 1.5 hours of this that we have done. So this is little in between the stage of the final proving, and after 3 hours your bread will be like this. So you can see the difference in all the stages. This is your just now. This is after 1.5 hours or almost 2 hours. I just did it around 1 o'clock or little bit earlier than that. And this is almost 3 hours. So you can say it's finally nice proved bread, right? You can touch it and you can feel it. You don't have to let it prove completely as well, because if it's 100% proof, you can't handle the sourdough. And normally, once I have trained under a German chef, Chef Holger, he always used to say that just cut the bread just before they are 100%, like 90% or so that the moment you cut the bread, because there is a step called oven jump. So the moment you bake your bread with the steam injections or with the steam in the oven, it always jumps and it always take a shape. So that's called oven jump. So if it is 100% proof, the moment it take oven jumps, it will go down. But at this stage of the time, it is like 90% done, less than 100%. So I'm gonna make a cut on it, and then I'm gonna bake it. So the cut also, you don't have to go very, with the sourdough, you take always the simplest cut. Don't go for the fancy, because the more you take the time, the more the oxygen is releasing. The the good cuts and all that you can do in a natural or hardo breads, which is like any bread, the hard. So that can you take the cut time, you can make any flour, any leaves or anything, because that's a different technique as well. That takes times as well. But here we can't waste the time. So I just always take very simplest cut, the straight like this. Again like this straight. Again straight. So this is a straight line always. And again this. That's it. If you leave somewhere that it is sticking, so you can just cut it from the very sharp edges of the blade. That's it. And then we're gonna bake it with a steam blast. So for you people, I have done the same from the sourdough. I have done the baguette as well. For the baguette, you just roll them a little bit longer. So the baguette dough is always 300 grams. For the round bread, you always take 450, 400, not more than that. As you can see, it's a steam baking happening. So we have just put a steam of 4 seconds.
What is the temperature and timing for this?
Yes. Normally, this always takes like a time of 30 minutes to bake it, but there are the two temperature in this. Like if you do this oven, like the
Deck
oven
oven,
with
yes.
the stones, yeah, deck oven. So the temperature is almost around 235 to 240. But in this oven, what we do straight like 180, 186 to 180, 800. Now we are 186. You can see. So the temperature we will take down at 180 degree. It will keep on baking.
And time, chef, what is the total time?
It always takes around 30 minutes, 32 minutes, 35 minutes, sometimes
35
28 minutes, like only. Yeah. Almost 30 to 35 minutes you can take a targeted time for any sourdough bread. Rest any hard roll breads, they comes out at almost around 25 minutes, 27 minutes, because the sourdough that has the artificial yeast into it. It has a natural, so it takes a little bit longer timer. So I think it will take half an hour to bake this. Meanwhile, if anybody or anything from chef side, I will happy to assist, because
Chef,
I just missed this step because the operation was very busy, and so I just missed the one step of it. As I said, everybody makes this thing, so I just mixed the baking of it because the dough things and everything I want to show each steps so that nobody miss it. That's why I didn't bake it. But here it will take like 30. I can send you the pictures of to everyone how it comes out nicely. But
chef, I guess, yes, I
you
guess
always,
sourdough
you
is,
always,
I guess
yeah,
sourdough is
please.
the most trickiest bread because we are seeing it on Instagram and other Facebook Live that everyone is making a sourdough bread. Everyone is trying and they're conducting workshops on sourdough bread. That easy when
Right,
we
chef,
compare
right,
it with the normal breads, yeast-raised
right, chef.
breads that we compare. So I guess it is
Yeah, yeah.
very good that you have chosen sourdough bread to teach us. Can we have a
See,
sample bread? Yes.
yeah, what I'm saying that see whatever the hardest things that you feel that it will be the hardest stuff, that is always easiest. Only the
That is
thing
always
that you have to learn that you have to learn the right way. dal makhani takes like 72 hours to make, but that's the easiest dal with only 3 ingredients. As well, you need patience for it, right? Because it takes like first for the starter it likes 15 days, then again for the proving first step you do like 3 hours proving, after that again you put it in the mold and then again 3 hours proving, and then you bake it. It also takes like 30 to 35 minutes. So that's how it takes like little longer time, but it is always the easiest job to do with the sourdough. Only the
I guess he's Sunil Chef.
Chef, maybe you can just give him a call and confirm
Yes,
because
yes,
he's here and there's some network issue he's having.
yes. He's
Okay,
here. He's
Chef,
here.
you're back. We can see you now.
I am extremely sorry. Next time I will do from some other part of my kitchen. Or because normally with this is the first time I'm facing this uh, issue. Neither I have done, like you can see every week, you can see on my Facebook or my Insta, you can check like I have done lots of Zoom session in between in lockdown also for the to motivate the all the industry students, all the culinary students from different colleges. I was used to take like every week 1 or 2 seminars, 2 sessions on the Zoom, so that they keeps on trying some good recipes at home as well with the easiest ingredients. What are the availables? So I have done them. I teach them like lots of like no gelatin free and all that vegan recipes as well, dairy free products as well. So the gluten free product as well while in the lockdown. So
Chef, if you can show us some breads that you have prepared in house. We have some breads.
see, yeah, because that's keep on doing that we keep on doing. So like you can see these are the other rolls, the bread rolls that is going at the lunchtime. So that they have prepared. So this is also from because normally what I make all from the sourdough, because I never waste, like because every day you come up with the 100 or 200 grams of the sourdough. So that sourdough I use in my all the breads. So you can see this is a sourdough roll which will go in the lunch time to serve with the continental food and all. It's again a sourdough. You can see the cut on it. So I'll make very simplest realistic bread. I don't want to do some wow on the bread.
Can we have some questions from the attendees? If anyone would like to ask any questions, you can type
You
in
can
your
raise
question.
your hand, we can unmute you also. If they have the audio available, they can raise their hand, we'll unmute you.
Any questions? Okay, can I ask a question, Sunil Chef? If we have no
Yeah,
questions, then
please,
I would like to ask one question, Chef.
please,
Anand
please.
Chef, are you there? I guess he's on mute.
Chef, you're on mute right now. Chef, you're there?
Yes, please.
Chef, what is the shelf life of a sourdough? If we can prepare it, then
I'm there, sir. The moment it comes from the oven, and you have the sound of the bread, and then at the same time you can feel the aroma, moisture, and the warmth of the bread, love of the bread. So I always say that one should eat it warm. It should not be stale, but you have to keep it in. You can see for 3 days as well. How you are keeping what the where you are keeping it all with all what all in. If you keep it deep as well, the frozen which happens by going the frozen bread and everything. So you can bake it around 95%, and then you can freeze it at the same time in your blast chiller if you are facilitated with that. And then you can use it whenever you want. Take it out from the blast chiller, again bake it 5 to 7 minutes. Normally we say that 12 minutes because the core temp comes after 12 minutes of the bread. So you take it out from the blast chiller, put it in the oven again, the same temperature, and after 12 minutes, so the if you are alone, you can if you are alone, you can keep it. If you have a family and all, and if you have a student like me, so your bread is gone after 5 minutes only.
but the freshest form of bread, if we prepare it fresh and if we keep it in fridge, what is the shelf life of this?
See, 3 days. I say 3 days.
Okay. Chef, we have questions
You
from
can use
yes.
it yeah.
We have some questions, I guess, in chat. Okay, one question we have, Chef, how do we check the yeast quality? That's a major question every student asks us when they're buying the yeast from local shops. So how do they check the yeast quality?
Yes. So two varieties.
Chef, I would like to request you if you can come at our Chef, if you can come at the place where you have shown your where your demonstration table is. I guess there is better network there at the demonstration table, Chef.
Let me just give me a second or more. Let me just go to a better network area. I hope it's fine now.
Yes, it's fine.
Yes, Chef.
Yeah. So I am in an office now. Yes, please.
Chef,
This is
what
my laboratory. So you can see this is in-house laboratory that I have. So I keep on testing my food products as well. So for the hygiene and for all the issues, I keep on testing my products for the quality, for the quality checks, consistency. So I have designed this lab and I keep on testing my products as well. Yes, so the question is about the yeast. So normally whenever I take any session, I always prefer, there are two varieties of the yeast, right? Everybody knows the dry yeast and then fresh yeast. So I will advise never buy the fresh yeast because the fresh yeast is like, I know it's cheap, but it's good for the professional people and good for the commercial purposes where you have to use it a lot amount. But if you are doing a bread once in a day of 400 and 500 grams dough with a 10 to 15 gram of it, you should not use it because the shelf life of that fresh yeast is only 20 to 25 days. And it's from the time of manufacture. The supplier will take another 2 or 3 days. It comes to you after 5 or 7 days. Then it has a shelf life of 7 days. How to check the fresh yeast? आप जब भी fresh yeast का block लोगे, you break it. The moment it breaks in the crumbles, it is nice. The moment you break the fresh yeast and it had some stickiness on it, it's not good. And second is dry yeast. So the dry yeast is the other way around. The moment the dry yeast is like very dry, it hasn't any moisture in it, it's fine because you see the package. The package is an airtight container of always and dry yeast. If it has an air into it, never buy that because the air incorporates, so it starts activating on that point of time as well. So when you buy dry yeast, always say the packaging of it, it should be always airtight. And for the fresh yeast, you can break it and you can check it. I hope I'm
Yes,
audible
for
and
dry,
clear, right?
we have to look for an
Yeah.
airtight packaging because air again has the moisture content and
Yeah,
the
please.
yeast. And fresh yeast, anyways, in hotels we use fresh yeast. It has its own.
Yeah.
It's very easy to work with fresh yeast. What we say in hotels, but dry yeast,
Yeah.
how much the quantity varies also, chef. About the fresh yeast and dry yeast, what is the quantity?
It's the quantity difference is almost like if you are using 30 grams of the fresh yeast, you always use 50 gram of the dry yeast. It is always powerful. So it's the same formula that applies with the baking powder and baking soda as well. So it always 2 to 2.5 times stronger than that fresh yeast.
Any other
It's
questions?
always like it is always like that. The lighter and the drier the dough, the yeast quantity can be reduced. The thickness of the dough, the yeast quantity can be increased.
Chef, any other questions?
We have a question for you, chef, stating which is your least favorite and the most favorite bread.
See, there is no least for me because I love my kitchen. I work 365 days, and if there are students, I know what they will feel about it. But from last 10 years, I am always in the kitchen either for 1
Yes,
hour,
of
2
course.
hour, 4 hours. So from last 10 years, I haven't taken even a single off. I am always in the kitchen. If I'm traveling as well, that's also because of the job and because of the work. But either it's festival or it's a family functions or anything, I always give time to my family as well. But I love my kitchen so much that I comes either a hour or 2 hour or 3 hour, but I love my kitchen. So there is nothing word at the name of list in terms of food in my dictionary. But yes, there are lots of favorite bread. I like French baguette a lot. Apart from the sourdough, I like a nice fullish French baguette, which has a nice starter into it. So that starter I make with a bit of bread and a beer and apple juice. And after that, I use that in my French baguette, which is like one of my favorite bread.
So, chef, how is the operations like? Are you busy these days?
Yeah, it's after this 28th of September till now we are very much occupied, and I hope you have seen that as well in between our
Yes.
last conversations and all.
Yes.
Yeah, but I am always ready for a good cause to share my knowledge and everything. So that's why I can't say no to. But yes, it's very much busy, and the people because it's from since 8 months people are stuck at home. Now they want to explore because yeah, it's the situation is very pandemic. I hope everyone is safe and healthy at home. I pray to the God as well. But people are like they starts moving out. Hotel is like 100% occupancy on the Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and on the weekdays it's almost around 70 to 80%. The people are coming for the dining as well, and we are always like in the negative occupancy on the weekends. Weekdays you will get a chance to eat, not on the weekend. Yeah.
Thank you so much, chef. Thank you so much for that starter. And please do share the
And,
pictures of the
yeah,
actual.
maybe I'm going to the kitchen as well. Maybe you can see it's like it's coming up because in between you can't open the oven. After like
Yes.
once it's got a nice color, you should always check. Yeah, one thing, you never open the oven damper or the cover or the lid of the oven to check your bread. Always see from the outside, feel it, and just follow the timelines that I said. Almost you can check it after 25 minutes, 20 minutes, 27 minutes or so, so that once it has a nice body and texture, because a lots of warm air, moisture is rotating in the oven. So the moment you open the air of your open the lid of your oven, the all heat goes and air goes out. So उस air के साथ साथ एकदम pressure पड़ता है bread के ऊपर, जिसकी वजह से वो नीचे चली जाती है. So never do that. If anybody has any other question, please.
We have other questions? I guess we'll see the stage of the bread where it has reached.
Yes.
Yeah. You can see there are 2 or 3 things that I forgot to say about in the starting as well, because it's a starter dough and it's a sourdough. There the temperature doesn't matter, but for the other breads it always matters that what is the temperature of your flour, how much frictions you are giving to your breads, means how many rotations are you giving to your bread, what is the temperature of your water, what should be the ideal temperature of your dough, which is called dough desired temperature. So these are the few very, very tricky steps that you always should follow. And from your dough desired temperature, you can calculate your water temperature as well. Like you can see what is the temperature of your flour, what is the temperature of your rest of the ingredients, and what is the dough desired temperature. So normally you always take a temperature of 28 degree to 30 degrees centigrade, not more than that. So for that, you can calculate your water temperature. So always water temperature is always comes around 17 degree to 18 degree, sometimes 14 degree. It depends like at what situation you have kept the flour. If I talk about very commercial and big plants, there we keep the flour also in the walk-ins. All the premix is also in the walk-ins. So that already flour has a temperature of 4 to 5 degree. So there the temperature of water comes around 17 to 18 degree. Normally this spiral dough, which is of almost like this KitchenAid, how many rotation it does in 1 minute? Anybody can tell me?
85, 90?
Very close, very close. Very close. It always takes like the smaller the dough machine, it takes like 100 spirals at the first speed. The timing and the rotation also depends on the gears as well. So normally when you start any bread, always start at the first gear. So let it rotate for around 300 rounds in your machine for 3 minutes, and after that you go on the second speed. So at the second speed, the rotation speed or the rotation of that machine, it comes around like 160 rotation per minute. So always your bread requires 1000 rotation. जो आपकी best bread होती है 1000 rotation के बाद done हो जाती है. 1000 rotation, 28 degree temperature, you can absorb any of the things. So it almost takes like 8 minutes. So 3 minutes at a very first speed, and then 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes at the second speed. Also don't prefer that. So I'm going back to the
Saurav Chef,
Yes.
I think Lokesh want to ask some question. He has wrote something on the this chat box, but it's not complete statement. Chef, every bread has the. So is Lokesh there? Lokesh.
You can unmute Lokesh.
I just look for him.
I guess in kitchens there is very weird network. My phone.
Lokesh, you're unmuted. You can speak if in case you want to. Lokesh?
Lokesh, do you have a question? Lokesh?
He's not asking.
He has wrote in the chat box like Chef, every bread has the, but that's an incomplete sentence. What he want to ask is not clear actually.
Okay, no issues, Sunil Chef. I guess we have learned a lot about at what speed, how many rotations has to be there to make a nice bread. We have learned the process of sourdough, which is the most complicated bread because everyone is trying for that sourdough, perfect sourdough crusty bread. I guess nothing better than that to have a sourdough bread made in front of us. Yes, Chef, we can see the bread. Take about 10-15 minutes, Chef, or it's done.
See, you can see the breads which are coming
Yes,
up.
yes.
I will not open for longer. Let them bake, because I know you people will not be able to eat, but I love to eat my breads.
Great, great. Thank you so
So
much, sir. Thank you so
I
much
will
for the session.
definitely eat and definitely let you all know, all people, that how it tastes. It always tastes wonders. You always should consume it with a nice olive oil and a bit of vinegar into it, balsamic, and then it's done.
Thank you so much, chef. Thank you so
If
much.
you have rock salt,
Chef, I'll
that's
add
wonderful.
something here.
Neither the olive oil and
Yes.
vinegar does the wonder. Yes, please.
I'll add something here. We have been ordering some breads from an online store. I will not name the store, but they actually have been adding
Yes,
citric
sir.
acid to their breads to make it sour.
Yes, yes, because I never use any chemical in my breads.
Yes.
I don't prefer using any.
Hmm.
And you know, the softness, the all the things that comes, people has done in the past as well. There are lots of chemical that's gonna use in the industries for the bread,
Exactly.
which to makes it soften, to make it little bit hard, and to make the bread crusty, to make hard dough. Now it's a sour dough. So lots of people start using this acetic acid and citric acid to make it a bit
Yes.
sour. Can naturally, the flour has a natural tendency to create the acetic acid. So why should one do that? But what is the reaction that is doing in our body? That's very different.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'll not advise any of the people to go for, like, if in the future as well, everyone will be an entrepreneur or a chef. So please don't do that. Always try to use the natural ingredients with a natural
Yes.
capacity.
Hmm.
Never use these chemicals, because when it can harm anyone, so it can harm to us as well.
Thank you,
Chef, we
chef.
have a
Thank you.
question from Lokesh, which is finally here. He wants to confirm what is a wild yeast. He has mentioned what is wild yeast.
Hello.
If you're there. Oh, he's showing the print. Turn on the audio. Chef.
Hello.
Yeah, chef, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Hello. Chef, if you can come outside, please.
Yeah, chef, we can hear you. Network issue.
Okay. I would like to ask Kange Lokesh. Lokesh is there, Lokesh?
Lokesh is there.
Lokesh, are you there? Can we unmute him, Neil sir?
Yes, let me just try. He wasn't able to speak before, so let me try again. Lokesh, we sent an invite to you for speaking. If you can just unmute yourself. Lokesh. I think an audio is the issue for him to be able to speak.
Extremely sorry again. Yeah, it got disconnected. I'm just showing you the last and final. It's like it's almost done. The bread. So one can see.
Yes, yes.
So this also done, and these are the baguettes from the same sourdough. As it has 3 to 4
And
more
crust
minutes
also.
to go. Yeah, you know, bread always speaks.
A student has asked about wild yeast.
So the wild yeast is almost like it's again a variety of the yeast, but normally the wild yeast normally used in the beer and brewery making. So, but nowadays as the starters are coming from that side as well. So this is a yeast earlier used breweries and all. So that's also varieties of the yeast. Normally, when this wild yeast works, it always release the carbohydrates as well while it works. So this is also a good, but then you have to adjust the amount of your oil, amount of your fats, whatever that you are using in your recipe. So that's also a kind of yeast, wild yeast.
Great. Okay, thank you so much, Chef. Thank you so much for this session. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you. Again, I'm saying sorry for this network error. I tried my best and I apologizing to everyone. But
No, Chef.
I hope
It's
everyone
absolutely
had
fine.
something to learn. I hope everyone had something to learn from this session.
Yes,
People
Chef.
can
Yes.
follow me on my Facebook as well at the name of Chef Anand Panwar, and my Insta handle as well at Chef Anand Panwar, where I keep on posting few pictures whenever I got time. I don't
Yes.
get that much time, but still I try my best to post something good. But definitely today I'll post this picture of the sourdough so that everybody can see it. And
Yes, Chef.
thank you again, Chef Saurav, and the IT people, whosoever has done the support to make this session a wonderful. Whatever the backend team from your side as well, I say thanks to them as well. And thank you everyone for attending this session.
Thank you, Chef.
And
Thank
it's
you.
a great opportunity. And thank you. God bless all of you. Stay safe and take care. Thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef.
Chef.
Okay.
Thank you, Chef.
God
Take
bless
care.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Chef.
Bye bye.